What's up, guys? It's Dan from Coin Bureau Trading, back at it again with another crypto market update. Today we've got XRP, Stellar, and Hedera. I'm sure you're all wondering what's going on with these cryptos. When are they going to pump? How high are they going to go? If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, then be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ping that notification bell. Before we get started, do keep in mind that nothing in this video is financial advice. It's just my personal analysis of these cryptos. Your analysis could be different, and if it is, guys, that's awesome, because the more difference of opinion that we have, the better traders, the better investors we're all going to become. With that being said, let's dive straight into it here, guys. As I'm sure you've all heard, basically the SEC recently acknowledged XRP ETF filings from NASDAQ and CoinShares, which kind of, I guess, is a signal that the SEC is moving towards approving an XRP, or rather spot XRP ETF, which of course would be very big news. There's, like, I guess, word on the street that we're going to see these altcoin ETFs being approved in the next few weeks, given these recent updates, not just around the XRP ETF, but also around like Litecoin ETFs and other and staked Ethereum ETFs and stuff like that. It definitely looks like the SEC is looking to have all this stuff approved sooner rather than later, which of course would be very bullish for XRP. Another factor that I've been highlighting, or rather that I highlighted last week, was that basically XRP's most arguably its best and most popular wallet, at least to my understanding, Zaman or however it's pronounced, they're basically doing a 4.0 upgrade that's going to be coming up here, and it's going to introduce a whole bunch of features that is basically going to give more utility to XRP in terms of like retail stuff, and I think it's also going to make it easier for actual users to come into XRP's ecosystem rather than just people who are, like, buying and holding and accumulating, right? And this is one area where, whether it's XRP or Cardano or these bigger cryptos, they have large, they have like large fan bases, large investor bases. Lots of people hold these cryptos, they accumulate them, they believe in the vision and everything, but they don't do much on chain. And it's really, I think the big news of this crypto cycle, or rather the big theme, is going to be basically all these users, all these investors, not just XRP, not just Cardano, but even in general, like most people who invest in crypto, they're not really using the crypto. I think this next few months, and kind of like the peak of the hype cycle, let's say, will heavily be determined by, or rather driven by, basically people actually using crypto rather than just speculating on it. And it's really good, in my opinion, that Zaman is kind of helping the XRP ecosystem be a part of that narrative, if that makes any sense. Anyways, guys, moving on now to the charts. Of course, as you might have guessed, nothing has really changed here over the last couple of weeks. We're on the daily chart here as always, and I guess to explain for those of you who are new or haven't been keeping up, basically all that I do with my technical analysis is I look at the most recent price action, like the most recent structure, and I say, okay, where did this most recent structure, where did this price action start? That's the starting point, obviously, which is around $1.5. Where did prices struggle to get above? Quite clearly somewhere around $2.5 in the case of XRP. And where is kind of like the target is basically just take the difference between the starting point and the resistance, which is around $1, which gives us a target of $3.5. And of course, this is something that XRP actually hit back in mid-January. And I had noted at the time that we would probably see a sideways chop and consolidation before moving higher, the exact same way we did in early December. That's exactly what's happened, and this consolidation is quite clearly over, I would say. We're seeing a nice strong, after getting a deviation back below the resistance, we're getting a nice strong bounce from this level. Yesterday we had for those of you who aren't familiar, this pattern here with when you have a large green candle and there was like a smaller red candle the day before, that's called a bullish engulfing, and it's a very bullish candlestick pattern. Again, it's not necessary to know these patterns, but it does help, and it kind of basically serves as additional confirmation that in the next couple of days we should see XRP starting to rally back up to this $3.5 target. And as I've been saying, guys, I think that the all-time high for XRP will be somewhere between $4 to $5. What I think is going to happen is that we're basically going to see XRP rally up to the $4 to $5 range. It's probably going to chop within that range, kind of like what you're seeing here, what we've seen over the last few months. Imagine a price pattern like this, but happening somewhere between $4 to $5, or even like $5 to $6, but just like this whole kind of consolidation pattern happening like basically one leg higher and lasting for a little bit longer, and seeing a lot more volatility there, where you'll see, like XRP basically just going between, let's say, $4 and $5.5. And this is a very classic distribution pattern that basically going to see XRP whales taking profits as like, the people who are late to XRP are going to be FOMOing in. And then once that distribution phase is over, then that's when the bear market will begin. But I don't think that's going to happen. It's not going to happen, I think, until the summer at the earliest, specifically the start of the bear market. So we're in for another few months, I think, of XRP basically grinding up higher and then basically entering this range where it's going to chop probably between the spring and the summer. And somewhere in there, the all-time high will be hit. And I do think it's going to be somewhere around, let's say, $5 or $5.5. And on the lower range, it would be like something like $4 or $4.5. Anyways, guys, moving on now. Of course, I do need to shill the Coin Bureau deals page. You guys might have noticed that we were using Binance there. We have up to 20% trading fee discounts on Binance with a $600 bonus. And of course, these fees will help you out even if you're someone who's not trading with a lot of money. If you're trading frequently with a few hundred or a few $1,000s, these trading fee discounts will take the edge off. They'll help you save money. I know this from experience. It's something I wish I had done in the previous cycle, to be honest. It doesn't cost you a thing. These deals are completely free. All you have to do to take advantage of them is go to the description, click that sign up now button, takes you straight to the page here, and you can very quickly sign up. It's super straightforward, super easy. And yeah, guys, you get a trading fee discount. The exchange gets a new user, and we get a cut of the trading fees. That's how the Coin Bureau makes its money. We're not paid by Ethereum. We're not paid by Solana. We're not paid by anyone. We don't care what your favorite crypto is. So long as you're interested in buying, selling, accumulating, trading, we're here to basically give you the deals, to give you the tools to do that. And if you don't like Binance, we offer a whole bunch of other exchanges that you can check out. And we also have discounts on hardware wallets where you can keep your XRP safe. Anyways, guys, moving on now to Stellar. So this is where things get really interesting, in my opinion. Stellar, rather the Stellar Development Foundation, like the nonprofit behind Stellar, they announced their 2025 roadmap yesterday, which I think is really bullish. That's basically going to set up a whole bunch of milestones, of course, around DeFi, payments, RWAs. And the key takeaway for me here, guys, and this is one thing that I think is true of many crypto projects, is that Danelle Dixon, who's the CEO of the Stellar Development Foundation, she basically declared that after 10 years of building, we can confidently say that Stellar is feature complete for the next decade. And this is a stage that many crypto projects are coming to. In fact, like many that have been around since like the 2017, 2018 cycle, what's really interesting is a lot of those cryptos from those ICO days have finally finished building, and they're actually, their products are finally launching. And I do think we're going to see a lot of these older cryptos kind of wake up, not necessarily, I mean, of course, yes, the part of it is like the speculation and like because they're really well known, but also because they're actually finished, finally. It takes time to make these quality crypto projects. And of course, in terms of specific catalysts, in the shorter term here, one that I've been underscoring, not just for Stellar, and potentially even one that could happen for XRP, is around ETH Denver. It looks like a lot of crypto projects have like side events, and they're going to be making a lot of announcements. In the case of XRP, I do think we could see an announcement of the XRP EVM sidechain like launching or some progress on that front, which would make sense, right? Because ETH Denver is like Ethereum focused, so it would make sense that they would have like an EVM announcement, right? Like XRP would, or rather Ripple or whoever's working on it. I know the XRP. Anyways, and then in case of Stellar, same thing. I do think that we're going to see some announcements out of their side events that they're hosting during ETH Denver. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if that's a catalyst that takes XLM at the very least back up to this support level here at 40 cents. But I do think it's going to continue moving higher. Again, same thing like with XRP, starting point of this most recent move somewhere around 24 cents, resistance quite clearly somewhere around 54 cents. The difference between those two levels is 30 cents. So to get the target, all we need to do is take the difference and add it to the resistance, and that gives us a target of 84 cents. As with XRP, this is not the cycle top target for XLM. This is just a short-term target that I think is going to be hit in the next few weeks, probably by the end of March. And I do think that, again, that the catalyst that starts taking XLM higher to the support level will be these short-term announcements, and then maybe sometime in early or mid-March we'll get a rally up to this resistance level, and then by March, April, I do think that XLM will be up to that 84 cent target. And I know it's frustrating, it takes time for these targets to be hit, but in the grand scheme of things, guys, waiting an extra couple of weeks, even just an extra couple of months for the types of returns that we get in crypto, where like in stocks people are waiting for years, it's easy to forget that and have those expectations run very high, let's say. But I am bullish on XLM. I do think that it's following XRP here. Sorry, let me go back to the chart. I do think that we're seeing a similar thing here, where basically XLM is still getting ready to finally get out of this range and move up to that target the same way that XRP had already done back in January, and maybe XLM is just lagging by like a month or two. I think it's something I mentioned last week as well. Anyways, guys, moving on to Hedera. Again, same thing as with XLM, or with Stellar rather. I do think that HBAR is going to rally as a result of this HederaCon event that is going to happen on February 25th, which is literally in 5 days. And of course, I've been highlighting now for a few weeks that this is Hedera's first user conference since 2018, which is pretty crazy. I do think that there's going to be a lot of really big announcements there. I mean, you can see all the different people that they have lined up: WorldPay, Deloitte, and Centrifuge, and with RWAs and DeFi stuff, and Great Reset, which is a little bit spooky, but let's not go down that rabbit hole. But point being, guys, that I do think that'll be the catalyst that takes HBAR higher, and in this case, I do think it's one that will take it back to this resistance level here. Again, same thing like with XLM, same thing as with many cryptos. HBAR has just been kind of chopping within this range between the starting point and the resistance, but I do think it's going to get back up to that resistance in the next week or two, and I do think it's going to go hit that 55-cent target. Which, of course, the way that we calculate that, we just take the starting point and we take the difference between the starting point and the resistance, which in this case is 20 cents. We add 20 cents to 35 cents, and that gives us a target of 55 cents, which of course from here would be more than a 2x, which is not too shabby at all. And as I've been saying, guys, I am personally very bullish on HBAR. I think it's going to do extremely well for the simple reason that according to Bloomberg analysts, it has the highest, or rather, it has a higher chance of getting a spot ETF compared to like XRP, and of all of these kind of like banker coins, ISO 20022, whatever you want to call them, HBAR seems to have the highest chance of getting an ETF of all these cryptos, which is really interesting, obviously. And I guess that's a perfect segue here to the Coin Bureau Club. That's where we do deep dives into promising small cap and mid cap altcoins every single week. The way that we choose those altcoins is we do an altcoin review poll every single week. The way that we choose the altcoins in the poll is basically a combination of our research and suggestions from our Coin Bureau Club members. The one that wins is the one we review, obviously. And then we have a research feed where, researchers here at the Coin Bureau are sharing insights every single day, the type of alpha that I'm sharing at the end of these videos. I'll actually share with you guys today's alpha is going to be related not to something that I found, but something that actually one of the Coin Bureau community members actually found. So a little spoiler there. We also showcase our personal crypto portfolio as well as the cryptos we're considering buying. We have an exclusive deals page where you can get discounts on like trading or like crypto analytics platforms and stuff like that, rather. And we also have a members Discord where you can ask us questions, and where I do technical analysis on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and select altcoins every single day. And of course, that brings me to the alpha of the day, which I think is kind of appropriate, because yesterday I was talking basically about like Sui and all this stuff that would potentially cause like speculation in Sui's ecosystem, which was basically like these Sui domain names. And today I want to talk a little bit about Aptos, because what some of our members flagged yesterday was that there's this very, let's say, peculiar account on Twitter/X called Islamic Jihad. You gotta love crypto, right? But in all seriousness, guys, this account seems to be followed by some very big people in crypto, like influencers, investors, founders of crypto projects. And this account has basically exploded in growth just over the last couple of days. And you're even seeing reports from like news outlets like Decrypt about how this account is like pumping up APT's price, which is impossible, of course, right? Like there's no way that this one account is the reason why APT is pumping. I do think that there's kind of like some coordinated effort going on here with this account kind of being in the center of it, but it does look like there's big players involved here. And it's really funny because yesterday I was saying, like the price action looks very similar to the double bottom that APT had just before it exploded, like the last time it rallied. And it looks like we're about to get this happening basically right now, where it's literally up, I don't know, like 15 or 20% over the last 24 hours. And this account honestly is pretty hilarious, which is great. But it's it's just really interesting. As I mentioned yesterday, Aptos is seen as the top competitor to Solana. That's not according to me. That's not according to anyone. That's according to the founder of Solana himself, Anatoly Yakovenko, literally mentioned in an interview that he sees Aptos as the biggest competitor. So you're seeing a lot of banter there, let's say, related to Aptos and Solana, and it's really interesting. Like I do think that we're going to see a pretty big APT rally, and who knows, maybe we'll see some speculation on like meme coin equivalents on Aptos, which again I'm not going to reveal. You guys can look into that yourself, or you can you can probably find it on this guy's account, or you can become a member of the Coin Bureau Club and discuss it with us there, because everyone in the Coin Bureau Club knows what I'm talking about, and everyone's kind of in early on that trend, which looks like it's about to begin. Anyways, guys, if you did make it this far, then be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, ping that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.